up and at it today a little bit better in terms of feeling better, you know. Like I said yesterday, I got some stuff that I'm going to be doing today. I am going to get my nails done. I'm excited about that. They're growing up. So, and I'm also going to have somebody come by the house today. Probably going to try to run to Big Lots and get some Christmas decoration stuff. Like, just some more stuff. And I'm definitely going to work on some editing. I need to work on some stuff for like work, just to kind of put me back in a easy space. It looks like my hair is already growing out. Isn't that crazy? I just colored my hair 2 weeks ago, and my edges already look like they're like turning black. And that's so crazy about color. Like literally 2 weeks. It doesn't look bad, but it's just, I can see it already. And I definitely like my hair this color, so I'm like, I had to keep it up. But anyway, you'll kind of be on the journey with me today, and I am going to take some time to like talk a little bit more about stuff, so stay tuned. So, I'm so excited. This is a sneak peek. I told y'all, you know, big things popping in 2021, at the end anyway. But look at these bad boys. Aren't these the prettiest things ever? Don't they feel like Cinderella? Yes! For the Manolo knockoffs. Alright. Gotta say thank you to the best seamstress ever. Can't show y'all everything, but yeah, that's it. So I'm not in the shot good, but I kinda am. Y'all can see me. So I just gave y'all a sneak peek of the bottom of my dress. But I was really trying to show y'all my shoes. So I told y'all I was going to see a little bit. So back to pivoting. What are we doing now? So I do want to talk about, I'm probably going to insert right here a video of when me and Ariel went to get our wedding license. So recently, Ariel, another part of the story. So story time. So recently, Ariel and I, we unfortunately had to decide to cancel our formal wedding celebration. So we were gonna have this, I wouldn't say huge, but I want to say huge because of the context, but it wasn't like a super huge wedding. But we were gonna have a formal wedding, you know, walk down the aisle, people there dancing, cake, food, all that jazz. And we just, true story moment, or true transparency moment, we were having a lot of disagreements about it and things that honestly weren't really conducive to our marriage. And we just decided to choose ourselves. And I really will say that choosing ourselves was the hardest yet best thing to do. We as a couple, as people, we love to support others, so, and to be there for others. So we were really looking forward to the space of like having people celebrate us. And so we were excited about it because we still felt like even though they were celebrating us, we were giving them a great time. We were giving people a lot of people's first experience at a same-sex wedding. It was just going to be our second. We had just went to one this past October. So I mean, it was so many things that we felt like we were introducing people to, and we were excited about that, and we were excited to have it. But unfortunately, certain powers that be, things were happening that were just, again, not conducive to the growth of our relationship. And we were like, we're about to enter into a whole union, and we're not happy. Like, this isn't making us happy. And I will say that, again, it was a very tough, hard time. A lot of other things were going on outside of just that situation also. So to be planning something as huge as a wedding and feel like there's so many other factors that are bearing on the success of that one thing that you're planning is difficult in itself. So I have to say that coming to the decision was difficult, but in the event, what am I trying to say? At the point where we came to the conclusion that we weren't going to have the formal wedding, how do we tell people we're not going to do it? how do we like deal with them not being mad at us or being mad at us? I was definitely dealing with it. I don't think Ariel was as stressed as I was, because I planned a lot of the wedding myself, and you know, included her where she needed. And I can say too, one other thing we've done, if you don't follow me on social media, you may not know this, but we bought a house this year. So she was kind of in charge of like all the things that go with the house, and then included me where I needed to be included. And I was taking on the reins of the wedding and including her where she needed to be included. So we were really working as a team to kind of do the things that we wanted to do this year. And we got the house, obviously, and we are, fun fact, we are still getting married. We're still gonna have a ceremony, but it is going to be a private ceremony with the two of us. We are eloping this month, so I'm really excited about that. So fun fact, we starting 22 off married. So that's why I'm still getting, I just had my dress altered last week, and so the seamstress brought it to me because she's getting ready to formulate her own a new building, so she's working on that. So she was like, I'll just have to do a house call, and we just had good energy from the moment that I met her. So you know, I'm really super happy that she did that for me. Short notice, in my opinion, it was short notice, but she was like, I'll need about 2 weeks, that's it. So things just kind of started aligning. So I will say, one thing that was cool about once we made the decision to not have the big celebration, we were like, well, what can we do? And we decided to elope. So we needed to go get our marriage license. So like I said, I showed y'all that video. Went to get our marriage license, and one of the best parts about that experience, we would have had to do that whether we had a big wedding, small wedding, went to the courthouse, whatever. You have to get a license. It's just like learning how to drive. You got to get your license. So the big experience for us in that moment was we get the license, and it was like 5 minutes. We thought we were going in front of a judge. I hear dude solemnly swear, like we were like ready, like we dressed up, or we had on like nice clothes, like jeans and boots and stuff like that, and nice coats. It took us like 5 minutes, maybe 20 minutes total for everything. So we actually left. I think we went and got lunch that day and just hung out with each other. But it was so simple. Like, it literally was like going to get your license or going to register your car. Like, the lady was like, do you have this form? Do you have this document? Are you these people? Can I see your license? Okay, here you go. Good luck and congratulations, ladies. Like, it was so simple. And I hear other states you kind of have to do a little bit more, but I think the cool thing about it was, for us, as simple as it was, that sort of, sorry, I need to get my water. That thing that we did, going to get our marriage license, was illegal 5 years ago. Like, that wasn't a thing 5 years ago for two people of the same sex to be able to get married. There was somebody that said that is legally not okay. And now it is considered unconstitutional to deny us that right. And I think that that is beyond a really cool thing to experience. So yeah, I guess like for one, that was probably the biggest part for me. I kept thinking like, this was illegal 5 years ago. You couldn't do this. You could only have a civil ceremony, or a civil union and things like that. And so I'm grateful to be able to do that in a state, well, in a country that allows it, and then a state that makes it so easy for me. I would say a state and county. I don't think it's difficult in any other counties. It's just probably more like a longer wait and stuff like that. But we went early. It was fun. So that was cool. And then the other thing is, when we decided to start our plans for our elopement, it was hard coming to the decision to elope because we wanted people there that mattered to us the most, like that mattered the most to us, meeting our family. And so coming to that decision was probably the hardest because obviously we wanted our people there, our closest family, our closest friends. Shout out to the Blue Crew. So, I mean, that was hard. I mean, trust me, I was crying crocodile tears. But the support of every single one of our family members and every single one of our friends in our Blue Crew meant everything. Like I gotta just like honestly, like seriously, shout out to all of our family and friends for supporting us, for telling us, hey, you do what's best for you. I support you for choosing each other. That's what I was saying in the beginning of the video. Just like choosing ourselves was the hardest and best thing we could have ever did, because you know, I felt empowered. Actually, my cousin's sister, she, when I told her, she was like, I just like commend y'all for like, this is like the first step in y'all choosing yourselves and each other in your marriage. And she was like, and she's married, so that was a cool thing. She was like kind of telling me and putting in perspective of like what married life is. And she was just like, you know, you feel married until you actually get married, and when you get married you go through a lot of things, and it's you and that person against everything else. And she was just like, I commend you for putting your marriage first, because you doing this now shows you what kind of like life you're setting up for yourselves, in just choosing our marriage. And so that meant a lot to me, because another unfortunate thing sometimes about same-sex marriages, or at times it can come off like this, it wasn't like we had a whole bunch of people asking us questions or talking to us about our faith. And like when two people get together and get married, that's just naturally, as two women, it doesn't happen. Even though we have a strong belief system, our faith is still a part of our lives, very much a part of our lives. So we didn't have like people kind of pouring into us in that way a lot over the course of our wedding season. And it's not a bad thing, and I don't fault anybody for any of it. But when people took spaces like that throughout our season to remind me or Ariel like that, you guys, like this change is very serious. Like, not to say that we didn't know that, but to acknowledge us as if we understood, like, I don't care who you're marrying that person. That meant a lot to me. So yeah, I would say that one of the biggest parts of this pivoting journey is the fact that I'll be married 3 weeks, less than, I don't know, I'd have to look at the calendar. I know the date, but that is exciting, scary. It's definitely, I can say this, it's less than 20 days. And so I'm excited about it. I'm so excited. And then also, I do want to share another part of like the fact of like, you know, I told you the pivoting journey is a lot that's transpired in the last couple of weeks. And I hope that over the course of the next, you know, less than 20 days, I don't even know how many days it is, I can share more of like the journey and what it's going to look like outside of just like me getting married. But there are other aspects of my life that are absolutely changing, and I think that they're going to be beautiful and exciting and scary. I woke up this morning and I legit, like, we had a great date night, but I woke up this morning and I was just like, ugh, I didn't feel it. And I don't know what I was looking to feel, but I was a little down. And so I think it's because we have a tendency to start our day with our phone in our hand, social media and things like that. And I was afraid of making too long of a video for that people wouldn't watch. Afraid of sharing too much of my life and having people judge that and not knowing how to accept that with whatever comes with it. But I have been praying for peace over whatever I share, because I know that my story, my life is my story. I have that tattooed on my body. I believe that. And also that my story is something that I'm supposed to share, because it's not for me. Everything, what if you looked at your life like that? Like, everything that you go through is for somebody else. Then you wouldn't live your life in this space of like, woe is me. And I try to live like that. But this morning, I think I got down on myself and I just got worried, like, what if it's not enough? And I had a conversation with Ariel last night about, like, I've heard the saying, like, you know, God doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the called. And so, like, I'm already qualified to do this. I'm already capable. But so much of pivoting in that journey is being ready for it. And so I've been praying earnestly that my mindset is prepared for, like, the journey I'm about to take, that, you know, as I excel and grow and become who I'm called to be, that I can handle all that comes with it, because I know it's not going to be easy. The irony of me just now watching True Story on Netflix and seeing Kevin Hart and, like, what he's gone through in this movie, and knowing that some of it parallels loosely based on his own life. I've watched Kevin Hart for a while and him talk about that. If you're like, if you not his real fan, if you don't even realize, like, how much he talks about this, him, B. Simone, who's somebody else that really talks about it? Those are two. Charlemagne kind of, he dabbles in mental health as a whole, but just, like, all of that. So anyway, the point I make is, I'm in this space of constant gratitude. I'm in a space of constant growing. I'm in a space of constant insecurity sometimes. Well, I don't want to say constant, but a space where I feel like I can feel myself trying to be insecure and me fighting that off every time it comes in. So I guess I can't say it's a constant space, but I, like, I keep trying to fight it. And I hope that, you know, as you guys watch this, as you watch my journey, as you know, you tune in and you are remembering yourself, the spaces where you're pivoting, I hope and I pray, my prayer is to you that, you know, again, like I told you before, we're honoring the journey, we're honoring what we're going through, but we're also preparing for that pivot, because when it happens, we just got to be ready for the ride, right? And so that's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to get ready for the ride. And even when I feel a space of again, inferiority, insecurity, because I'm not good enough, or, you know, I don't have it, or, like, maybe I'm not interesting enough, maybe my life isn't cool enough, maybe I'm not showing enough, I'm already qualified. So just remember that. I don't know if you guys have been noticing, at the end of each video, I'm pushing out encouragement and words of affirmation to you all. These are things that have been gifted to me by my sweet fiance, Ariel, and so I want to share that with you all as well. So take heed of the quote, learn from it, grow from it. I got a lot to do today in terms of just working on things for myself. So I will catch y'all tomorrow with more tea. No, I'm just kidding. It ain't gonna be no tea. It's just gonna be more encouragement and more love and more motivation, all of that. Okay? So I'm excited. Continue for the ride. I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace.